Hi, hello. Tervetuloa. Hi, hello. Welcome. Tervetuloa. So here we have. Ask the questions. I will look on the cards and give you answers. Still with the old classes. Or new ones. Hi. Sure. Just a second. I will get my things in order. So. Okay. So hi Tal again, and let's see. Can I ask what is Edison feeling about me? So what is Edison feeling about Tal? Do how you put it in Finnish? So let's see. I think there seems to be some fire between you, but what is he feeling is that I think he is somehow feeling, so he's feeling kind of defensive at the moment. And he's standing his point and standing his ground. So I see fire there, but at the moment I think this person is a little bit tired also. But I think he has something happened with you, between you. Hi Carla, GT. So Tal, hey. And I think you have seen him in a different light also, or you see the situation in a real light, even that you feel even a little bit betrayed by this person for some reason. Are you doubting him in some way? Maybe. But there is fire in this, and so meaning passion. And I think this person is, Edison is looking forward also to end, if there was a fight, to end that, and I think he wants to win it. Okay, thank you, Tom. Carla, so I would like to know, what does Abimael Burger think of me when I ran to his job to solve problems? Does he? Thank you for coming here, Tom. So, what will he? What would Abimael think if you will arrive to his work and you want to talk with him? So will he talk, or will he hide from you? If you want, okay, let's see. So what wants to see. I think he will try to hide. I don't think he's ready to solve these problems yet. He doesn't see that you're offering that you are trying to solve this. He somehow doesn't see this in a way that you do. So I think he is still feeling kind of like that the milk was spilled, and he doesn't see that it was not all of it. And he doesn't see this as an opportunity to solve it. So I think he doesn't accept. I think he will hide. Actually, let's take one more to clarify. I don't think he's looking forward to you being there and trying to solve these problems there. I think if you catch him there, I don't think he's gonna be very receptive as it was in the earlier. Oh, sorry. Okay, so again. So I think he will try to avoid you if you go to his workplace. And I don't think he sees this as an opportunity. I think he's still thinking that whatever has gone down, what has happened between you, that he kind of sees that the milk was spilled and he doesn't see anything else. So he's concentrated sort of on the problem and he doesn't see solutions at the moment. So if you would happen to catch him there at the work, I don't think he would be very receptive, or like he might be listening and talking to you, but I don't see like that the emotions would be running this way. I think he feels still sad about the situation, or disappointed or angry, and I don't think he is ready. So he might talk, but I don't think that this would give a possibility to solve these problems if you arrive to his workplace. Did you catch that? Okay, good. So there might be a small delay on the chat, don't worry. We run this through a program, so patience with that. Let's see. So should I? Well, at least what I saw earlier on the cards, that he's not. I don't think he would be willing to solve the problems there. But let's see. I will take another for you to further clarify the situation. Okay. Yeah, I think you should wait, and I think the place might not be right. I think you try to meet with him in another place if it's possible. But don't give it too much time. But exactly like tomorrow, I don't think it's a good idea. I think this is a bit of a longer process. So yes, you should wait. Thank you. Nice evening. Yeah, and today I took a card for myself, which is a really good way to get more familiar with the cards, and that was the Ace of Swords. It was very interesting to go through it and what I got out of this. Just a sec. Let's see if I have some technical issues here. Alright, so now we are doing okay. Yeah, and it's also really good idea to do meditations with the cards. Give you good insight to the inner world of the cards and your own inner world. And on our channel we have guided meditations or like instructions how to meditate with different cards from Marcel Tarot. So you should check those out. There is at the moment there is few on Finnish, muutama suomeksi löytyy meditaatiota tarotkorteilla, Marcel tarotkorteilla. Ja Spanish, Espanol, Castellano, and there's some other videos too, so if you feel like it, you can go check that out too. Let's see one card from here, what I was telling you about earlier. So yeah, today I picked a card for a day for myself, and it was the Ace of Swords. Right? So you have the crown there and the leaves and the hand holding the sword, the terrain. So there's, like they say, there is like one picture can tell more than 1,000 words. So when you start to make connections with this, and it opens up, even though it doesn't seem like there's much in the picture, but it opens up a lot. And there are ways you can do it. So that was really good for me, very cool. I really enjoyed it. And I wrote down a lot of things. So it was very inspiring. And like all the aces, this is also could be a, well, it's a beginning, and the raw power of the suit, which is air with the swords, basically. So relates to the mind, thoughts. So if you have the cards, that's a very good way to get more accustomed to them. And for me, it was really big fun also. Just big fun to make all different connections with this. So I will be here approximately an hour, and we have questions in English tai suomeksi. So English and Finnish today on this hour. Here you see, oops, like this. The other is Ace of Pentacles. Again, a hand is holding it. This is for the earth, and more like practical things, material things, health, work, money, wealth. And again, has the raw potential of the whole suit, which is really, yeah, it's earth. Ace of Cups, again hand holding a little bit differently. And water, and this is like emotions, more like poetic emotions, like love and things like this. And one more with the aces. Ace of Wands. Yet another hand holding, different way. You have leaves growing there. This is more like passion, creativity, and this is things and strong emotions, hot tempers, and again raw energy of this. So it's like a creative idea that hasn't taken a shape yet, maybe, and will then go forward from this. Could be, and all the aces related to the magician, for example, and justice on the Rider White, which I'm using a lot. So I'm actually looking forward to taking another card tomorrow to learn even more. And that's nice thing with the cards, it's like you just keep learning. You can do this. I don't think, well, it's like in many other things. You will learn more and more every day. And it's like a continuous journey. There, for example, is a Four of Swords. And when I was doing some research, there was like, I think it was from the Crusades. The knights were meditating, basically sleeping on their coffins or like this, actually, to be thankful for the god and stuff, that they survived this, and that they were still alive. So they would contemplate on this. So it has, somebody was thinking that this is related to this tradition that they had 1,000 years ago or so, right? And by the way, yeah, the meditations we have on our channel from the major arcanes. It's not complete, but there is many. So, and there is suggested what you can do, what kind of music you could listen that helps you get to the mood, what kind of candle, what kind of incense, and it's like guided thing. Basically, in many you have to picture the card and step into the card, and all the candles and everything is like extra things. I have a candle burning here. It helps me. I have representation of the elements, but it's not mandatory to have them, but it seems to help. Let's see something else. And well, some of the cards have somehow really obvious things in them. For example, here we have Nine of Swords. There is somebody waking up with swords on the wall, and obviously didn't wake up after having a pleasant dream, but having a nightmare. And this, for example, discuss about this, that because it's a 9. This is what is promised, like before completion of a cycle, which is then would be the 10 of swords. But it could mean also that usually things seem more grim than what you have in your head and how you picture something, that it's even worse than what the reality will be. But obviously this person is not having a very good time. So it's a very something that really bothers this, keeps you up in the night. So not maybe, well, it's in a way comforting also, like I said about this, that usually it's worse in your head than it is. And it's related to the Hermit, which is like a little bit like in the Tolkien, if you know that there's a movie poster about the, or not movie poster, book poster about the where he's kind of holding a lantern. This I will show you next. And I'm hola, Paloma, solo inglés. And welcome. So actually English and Finnish. Suomi ja englanti. So I will show you the Hermit when I find it. It's hiding alone somewhere here. So, like you see, the card of the 9 is also related to this. Here was the 9. Oh, here. Sorry, here is the 9. And here is the Hermit. So there's a person alone in the night, searching the light within themselves. So it's also the 9 is related to this. So you could be like, if you think about it, you are waking up in the night alone with some trouble. For example, like this. Yeah, and I think we have the Hermit also in our meditations, which is with the Martial Tarot, and this is Rider White. And of course there's tons of different decks. We have a lot of at home. There's Ace of Wands from another deck, for example. More like a painting kind of things than what is there in the Rider White, or in the more like a real looking picture things. And then, for example, the Hermit here in the Martial Tarot, but it's thought to be one of the earliest ones. But basically, the idea is the same, but there's different. They have the colors which you can derive meaning from as well. And red could represent certain aspect, and actually, in this case, water. Red, interesting. Blue is there as well. It's air. Green is fire, and yellow is earth. So you can use that as well with things. And also, let's see next, we check something from here, from the Rider White. So here we have something that usually signifies very positive things, if you think that there is a positive and negative even exists, but signifies luck, end of a cycle. You see different characters there. There's like an Egyptian vibe to it in the Rider White cards. So that's 10, the Wheel of Fortune. And for example, actually why I took this card, when I had a meditation with this card, I saw like a circle of tarot cards moving around me, like horizontally, like seemed like miles or kilometers away. And I was doing with the Marcel Tarot doll, but anyway, it was the Wheel of Fortune, and also I saw at some point like galaxy, like I think I saw the Milky Way from the outside. So I wasn't here anymore. I was looking at it, and no, I didn't take anything. I was just listening to music and making the meditation, and the music was the only help, and a candle and the card. So you picture the card and you try to remember it as good as you can. And there is other instructions depending on which card is in use, how you should proceed with the meditation. And for example, you go to another one. Let's pick the Fool. Where are you? Fool. Hey, Fool. Let's see. We have so here's the Fool from right to right, and the meditation is really simple. Basically, you kind of enter this character after you have memorized what he's wearing, what he has with him, that there's the dog creature, and you just basically let go, and you just let it go forward. And it's really always after the meditations, it feels really, I feel really relaxed, and you kind of gather interestingly the information. For me, usually has been, especially earlier, there was a lot of noise and I had a lot of problems concentrating, but now it's easier, and you can get really like connections that, well, it's kind of difficult to just get it like in a sort of like a normal state when you don't enter the meditation thing. So let's see. Let's take another one here. Because in some of the cards, obviously, what they picture in the card can be rather dramatic or even scary, since it seems that there we have the Death on his pale horse, and you can see there is kings and children and everything under the feet of Death, and well, Death basically comes for everyone, but it's still more about transformation or big change rather than actual death. It can be also actual death, but I would say that in most of the readings it probably doesn't mean actual death of anything, but big change or transformation or ending of something, and like this. But it's kind of grim already. What next? Let's check next about the devil. I guess that's kind of misunderstood card, and I think it's been kind of doesn't really represent the devil in that way that it seems to be what is the general idea. Let's find the devil. Oh, yeah. And also that has is a bit of a graphic nature. There's naked people and there's a guy with wings and horns chained these people there, so it can be about addiction, infatuation, sexual energy, lust, and also like this kind of animal instinct thing, and also like a really big drive for something. But in the end, the devil there, and the devil is not really considered as the traditional devil that would be in the Bible, for example. So I think it was Baphomet that was actually pictured there, and kind of got the picture of that he kind of became the devil in pictures for Christianity, I think, and for Bible. So it's not quite. So in many things, these are archetypes, and there is like things that resonate in people, and you don't have to really know, or you don't have to do anything with the tarot, and you still get certain ideas, of course, of some kind of picture, because it's, if you take another card, you take the Empress, for example, one of the queens, especially the Empress, it seems to indicate mother, and in, well, among many other things, but fertility. Let's see, where is the Empress hiding? We'll check it from here. Fair enough. Let's see. We go here and here and here. This is in Finnish. These cards are in Finnish. It says hallitsijatar. But we could, one thing it would indicate is your earthly mother as well. And when I say mother, everybody has some same aspects what you think a mother is. Of course, there is as many mothers and different mothers as there is mothers. But again, there is certain things which are kind of agreed upon what it would indicate what it is. And this one, the Empress is sitting basically in a field nearby a forest, and so creativity, fertility, and yes, the mother. So there's a lot of things that you can find from here as well. So sort of, I think, well, I guess you could have a favorite card as well. And I would go on and saying like, one of my favorite cards, just how as it looks like, is the Temperance. Somehow I get this kind of like a kind of calm vibes from it, which is not a surprise because of the name, I guess, but I just like the somehow how it's pictured in this Rider-Waite deck. Okay, now it's hiding somewhere. Maybe it's the last one. No, not quite. No, it's the second to last. So here would be Temperance. So basically it could tell, for example, that it has one leg on the water, one on the ground, and it's mixing. You have a crown behind. There's wings of this person, and there's like a halo on the head. And basically, I don't know, it's just a calm scene. Then you have a crown on the back, which was kind of what I got from the ace of swords that I was picking from my card of the day today. There's has a crown, and I somehow had linked it also there to this crown. Some kind of aspirations for someone to be the king, which has of course many meanings what that could mean as well. We had a gift from a friend. This kind of book came with those cards. It's Mythic Fennica Tarot. So basically it's based on Finnish national epos Kalevala, and it has different names for the major arcanes and everything. So there is like, I think, unlimited amount of different decks. So I will show you a few cards from this. This is, well, I guess it's tarot in Finnish tradition, and there is, here you have the devil, for example. Well, and funny enough, has the horns there as well, and the legs are kind of similar, even if it's a different picture, but somehow this is burned on the consciousness of people that this is the devil, and this more or less like the devil has to look like that. And the Wheel of Fortune is called Sampo, and this is made by a Finnish, surprisingly by a Finnish lady, I guess, which was, let's check it from the book that comes with the cards, Susanna Salo. So this is Mythic Fennica Tarot. So Wheel of Fortune, they had this like a thing that would produce whatever you want in abundance, which is also something that is really common in many other cultures around the world, I guess. So this would be same as the Wheel of Fortune then, which makes sense because the Wheel of Fortune is about luck, and for example about luck among many other things. And let's see. And here is represented by color what is what. And let's just quick show a few cards like this. The Shaman, which would be the Hierophant of the Pope in other cards. It's a little bit different looking, but nevertheless has. I don't know if I would put Shaman and Shaman and the Pope to the same. I think it would be more like the High Priestess as a Shaman, but anyway, we could think it that way too. And it's this kind of cards. Ooh. And among other things. Let's see if there's something which is really. And then you have the North Star. Gates of the North. So when you hi, sure, let's see. And take a sip of agua. What I'm seeing in general reading for me is like maybe you have had some trouble before, but I think you are in a spot that you are building up your things again, related everything to material, like work-wise, money-wise, wealth-wise, and I think this is what you are doing is gonna bear fruit, but you have to be patient so you don't try to cut the fruits out before they are ripe. So I think you are in general you are in a building phase or like starting phase, like a could say an apprentice phase of something. And I see that there might be at the moment some kind of struggle still going on, but I think that will pass. And I think you're heading to a right direction of what you're doing. So this is a bit of a test of your strength, I guess, at the moment as well. And that there can be some setbacks, but I think you are doing things right. And this is more in general what I see is like a earth kind of thing, which is earth element, which is like also practical things. So I think you're in a phase that you're past the phase that you are just would be just planning and doing. On what I see that you are really working on something. So I would say that what I see is like there is like with patience there is a lot of good things coming your way in the material plane. Let's take one more. Let's take one for. Okay, so a recommendation for your situation in general would be also like don't be afraid to change your perspectives. And you might have to also don't be scared to give something up to get something new. So keep your mind sharp, but keep room for new things. And there is like so there is opportunity in everything, which comes a little bit part to this that this I was talking about earlier. That I had a card of the day, which for me was Ace of Swords. So keep turning the perspective around, and if you have an idea, like we thought, like I was saying earlier, that there was some kind of project that is maybe in the practical state already. But don't worry too much to change the perspective and see the project maybe from another angle. So I think that can help you. But you are already doing things right on what I see here. And thank you, Henry, for coming to see me and to our channel. Well, maybe you started something and you don't quite know. Let's see. And when you change your perspective, you might see that you have actually started already something that you didn't quite notice yet. But I would definitely say there's something on the works already. Yeah, but thank you, man. Or do you want to ask something else, Henry? How about love and etc. Love and etc. Let's see. Uh, but let's see, what is there to be expected in the love? I think there's some passion coming towards you, and I think this is a person that you don't quite know yet. And this is someone who might uh, kind of ride into your life, like, not really like quietly, but somebody you literally bump into someone, which has a really, uh, uh, really good possibilities to come something rather serious if this is something what you want. So, and keep in mind to, if you have messages from people and otherwise, all the communication, keep that in good. So if you're looking for a relation, I would definitely see that there is somebody new coming to your life, and like hard and like seriously. And if you choose to receive this person who is coming, I see that that can lead to a really, it won't be just a quick flame, or some like a small romance with someone. So if you're looking for this, I think this could lead to something serious, and in a really like a good way, that all the elements are together there, that it's someone who you gonna really like. Yeah, let's see. I think that's what's gonna happen. But hey, if nothing else, if that's what happens, you come back, tell me. But pay attention to messages, literally. Okay? And communication. I think in general messages, whatever, like literally, like written, email, uh, WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger. I think pay attention to that, and for communication in that sense. But yeah, like online, paper, what we could consider as a message. But what I told about this person, I don't think in the end this message things affects in this, but I suppose the situation would be that you will notice when this printer enters to your sphere of things. And of course, then you choose what you do, and you have a choice to accept this person into your life one way or the other or not. So I guess it could have that to do with the messages also. Like if you then meet someone and you interpret the messages right. Yeah, well, so yeah, I'm gonna be here for a little while still, and have a question, hit it. I'll give you an answer with the cards. Let's see what's in the cards for you. I guess that's pretty cliche thing to say. Uh, but yeah, I was talking about the cards and I was showing the deck that was like a Finnish deck based on this. I'll show you a couple of more cards from that. There's a card that is called Sauna, which is really dear to the hearts of Finnish people, most of them. And these are like somehow, if you look at the cards, they are really like primal kind of things. And then we come to this Tree of Life with the world, which, yeah. So, but it's really, really cool that there's so many things. And yet there's things that links these together. And there, for example, from this another deck, completely different one, you can see there is the Temperance. I think this has more like, I think it was this, was this the this is the Spellcaster Star. And this looks like, was it Mercury that had this kind of wing things? Anyway, like something to, like Greek mythology. But also I like the vibe on these cards too. And you should, if you want to read for yourself, you want to read for someone, pick the cards that you like and that speak to you, and then that give you the best results, I suppose. One card that I somehow is kind of heavy. Also, is this Trio Swords. Like you have it. It's like a, I think a basic tattoo or something. I wouldn't like to have it on my arm though or something. But it's could be about betrayal, for example, seriously, or that you see certain situation like without any rose tinted glasses on, that you see how it is, which can be a good thing. But I would many times relate this to betrayal, for example. It's also related, on the other hand, uh, again to the Empress and to death cards, the major cards. Usually, I think these are minor arcane give you like a more specific info, and maybe it's not so long-lasting influence. And the major ones are still like a serious karmic lessons, life lessons. So, but somehow this is for me, this is, for example, a card that I get like this. I don't really like it too much somehow. I guess it's, well, each for their own, but that's one example for a card that is, if somebody doesn't like the death or somebody doesn't like the tower, for me this is a card that I don't get nice vibes out of. Even basically the cards are, I guess, rather neutral in the end. There's no good or positive or negative in a sense, because this can be good things, bad things, but personal feelings for this is like not my favorite cards somehow. So, and there, these two rocks, like it says in the banner, also now in the chat, our email. If you want more personal reading, more in-depth reading, send us an email. If you want to give feedback, we try to answer everyone. Or you have some ideas or whatever you want to say, send us an email, leave us a comment, and if you want, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell thing, like, and if you hit the bell thing, then you know when I'm on. And yeah, I'm doing English, as it says in there, and suomeksi Finnish as well. So if somebody out in the world knows Finnish language, we are not that many, but 5-6 million. Meitä ei ole hirvittävän paljon, jotka puhuvat suomea. But yeah, there's the email like it's in the screen, so feel free to send us anything. And we try to get back to everyone who gives info and drops us a line or two or something. Also, this is like kind of one of sort of nice favorite kind of cards. Sort of like a triumphant return, and you come back home as a hero. There's a 6 of Wands with a horse and the stuff, but I don't remember what it's called. But you know what the Caesar and the emperors had. So there's signs of victory everywhere. I don't know. It's kind of, I like this one as well. Also, then it's 6, so it's related to the lovers, which is about the love, and also choices and about the love of doing something what you want to do. And so that this can, if the 5s in general could be some kind of more like a imbalanced thing. So the 6 usually brings balance, and this is you came and you conquered, and now you're coming back home with the victory or something like this. A billion other things, but this is also kind of nice card. I like this. Oh, and this from the Finnish tarot, this Mystic Fennica, Mythic Fennica, sorry, tarot. Susanna Salonen. If that shows there, that's the box spirit, right? That's kind of scary looking stuff. You have swans and yeah. And funny thing was the devil that it's really similar. And then one is the vortex. Oh dear. So this has some of it, it's really grim looking, primal kind of stuff. Indeed. There we have the mother of fire. So, cool. Oh, and yeah, I will show you one more. Then I think I'm done showing this, but I think, is it in the end, this Visconti Forza maybe still could be the oldest. There's a big cards, there's the magician, and I think the story was that and the reality is like was it like 2 cards missing from the deck, but they have actual paintings with different people, and most of the paintings of the cards, like really big ones, were with these people, so it's named after them. But that must be one of the most oldest ones that there is. And from there, for example, 4 of Cups. Which would be related, for example, to the Emperor, and again to Temperance. Something for myself. Alrighty then. So I guess I am kind of done for today. I'm probably gonna be on tomorrow in the evening also. Around same times. We are now 2 a.m. Finnish time. So it's time for me to, I think, get back to the Ace of Swords still and check it out. What I can dig from that. So, hey, thank you everyone who joined me in our channel, and hope to see you again. And if you liked it, subscribe, like, hit the bell, and I don't know, thank the universe that it is keeping us all in one piece. See you in the future. Bye bye.